started playing the lick, and I just kept making up verses. Like, there was a thing about sometimes the fat lady sings, sometimes the lady sings fat, sometimes you feel like a dog, sometimes you feel like a cat. There was like all this like stuff in there. And when we recorded it, well, when we sent the stuff out to the producers, it was like a 1.5-minute idea that from when we were just like a dictaphone idea. And all the producers were like, I want to record that song, I want to record that, like, and I'm like, no, well, not that one. You must want one of my other lyrical songs. Like, I'm like, that's just kind of a joke. Like, you know, but they kept being like, no, that's the song. So then I was like, all right, I guess we need to make this a real song. And but when we recorded it, every take, I sang different verses, and I wasn't playing any. Goose and Boots were both playing the acoustic guitars live, and I would just sing different verses. So there's a couple like takes of that have a lot more verses, because they would look at me, and I would like for when things were going to happen, and then I played those electric guitar solos on there, which is probably like the most proud of any electric guitar playing I've ever. But I don't know how. I have no idea what I played or how I did it. I've never been able to recreate it. I like went back in and they played it back, and I'm like, that sounds so awesome. And they're like, yeah, it really does. And they're like, what did you? And I'm like, I don't know, and I can't. Nobody can figure it out. Like, it was. So the Bear was like a super. And that was the rough mix of it, but we just were like, well, this sounds so neat. Like, so it's really, it's an interesting song because it like willed its way into the world against like what would seem to be no effort at all ever was made in it. And
the muses were with you that day, huh?
They were, I guess. They just kind of like kept rallying for the Bear, because it is a good kind of good day's bed.
Will you tell them in the very beginning of the album, The Bear, the track starts where all the guys are out of breath?
It's hilarious.
Yeah, because the producer told them to go, we were all living in a farmhouse, and the producer said, all right, it was middle of winter, you guys go run or take a lap around the farmhouse, no coats, like just run around the house outside. So they did, they ran around the house outside, came back in and started playing.
Shirtless.
Yes, sure, they were shirtless.
We were shirtless, and there's some photos somewhere to prove that. But the snow was like up to here, so we came back in all out of breath. We're like, roll it, and that's what you hear us like, yeah, and that's the one we used.
I had that turned up to full volume once in the car, and I heard that breathing. Like, oh crap, what is that?
It was pretty.
Yeah.
What does Kit say, Dan?
No, he laughed.
Oh, okay, really? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, there's a lot of that on that album. I mean, when we did Howl at the Moon, I was like, it was so cold. It's such an old farmhouse, they just couldn't get heat in it. So, like, I was sitting on the wood stove. That's where I was tracking from, because I was like, well, at least if my ass is on fire, maybe I will forget how incredibly freezing I am right now. And we just kept recording. I mean, we just kept tracking that way. It was very cold, very, very cold. I slept with blankets over my head every night. So we did this record like mostly in LA. Well, cool. Good question. Cool. Anything else?